So this world's been doing a lot of confusing you. All it seems to have been doing in the last 120 years, seems to have been busy doing, is confusing the population, confusing the individual, making it so that no one realizes that the power that is theirs is the government's strictly because they think it is. I'm very red right now. Super Saiyan mode, Super Saiyan God mode. uh, every piece of power you attribute to the government has, that's your power that you're giving up to them. You have all the rights, you have all the power that the government has. You just don't think that you do. We are the country, is what I'm saying. We are the country. And people want to tell you, oh, do this, do that. You're another human. What the fuck are you talking about? What is this? What is this? You're just another human. What do you... Why do you have the right to tell me what to do? Oh, it's because in their mind, they're fucking psychotic. They're psychopaths in their mind. But, it's a societal norm. So that makes it so that, you know, we all get to do that. You'll have your opportunity dominating people's lives, ruining their fucking lives. Relax, man. You'll have the opportunity to be the dominatrix, life ruiner. You'll have your opportunity. Just sit through the bullshit. Let me shit all over your life and all over your dignity. And then, by the time you are completely soulless, by the time you are completely soulless, like on tape, ladies. By the time you're completely soulless, you'll have your opportunity to be domineering and telling these low life peasants what to do, and you'll have your thrills doing that, just like us all the time over you right now. So accept the system. Yeah, life sucks, man. Life sucks, especially if you're you. I'd feel ashamed if I was you, bitch. I'd feel the shame of being homeless if I was you, bitch. See, the thing is, I have so many treasures and trophies. Like, I have so much glory built up. And all that to God, all the glory to God, because I don't even want the glory. I realized that today. Like singing and performing and stuff. Like, I don't want the glory for being a fool, put a mask on. Or, even if it was real passionate performance. Oh, I'm being so passionate right now. And it's just like that day, and then the next day I'm just like, fuck life. All the glory to God. I don't even want to. It's kind of crazy. Here's my face on YouTube. I just need to spread the message. It's pumping through me right now onto some fucking area where it might be more than one fucking person the whole time listens and doesn't even have access to the whole timeline of everything I was just saying. This is just like, oh, that crazy person. Or fucking whatever. I got too much to say. My face looks so trippy right I don't know. It's just important that the obvious is clarified. But the obvious. Yeah, all along, apparently it was the obvious questions that no one actually just asked. That were the questions that need to be asked in order to find the answer. Oh, fuck this society. It's a fucked up society. ran by some psychopath who's manipulated us all into accepting the rules, regulations, constipation, constriction that is enforced upon us so that they could have the women that they wanted. They got us all out of the scene, and now they seem relevant. And that's their only way to fucking live out their fucking bandit outlaw fucking lives. Is to just be that evil person who tries to get all these people out of the scene, or kill them, or make them look small because they're not as fucking drunk and wily and retarded and like shooting their gun off like dangerously, nearly killing people and shit. I care, I'm cool. Check out how much cooler I am than the cowboy you all admire over there, yeah. Look at him, he's just sitting there twitching. Probably wants to kill me, but he's just keeping his cool. Too conflicted. A little bit. He's look at him. He's so conflicted about killing me. He doesn't even know if he's gonna kill me or not. Like, doesn't that make me so much cooler? Doesn't that make me look so much cooler? Aren't I so cool? Person, the bandit outlaws ruining everything for y'all. It's funny how they approach their fucking lives. And then, while they're not doing that, they go around and hate the people who are doing better than them at life. As in, not, oh, friends around and successful smile and successful laugh on his face. Yeah, me and my crew. That's not the fucking success I'm talking about. I'm talking about presence and who someone's being, that it's like admirable. That it might be like admirable who they're fucking being. But those pedophiles and all the rest, they look on that and they try to find ways to sabotage you. They go out into this world, which is what I do if someone's ever capable of being better than me. If someone's ever better at being than me and they came around to show me up, I'm like, damn, it's myself I'm lacking. I'm not free enough. I need to free myself up more. I need to relax more. I need to find some more reason for capability and shit. I need to become more powerful of presence. That person came around, they helped me. And I don't copy them. That's the thing. All they know how to do is just try to copy. So there's one, Mark the Messenger. Shout out to Mark the Messenger. That guy knows what he's talking about most of the time. He's a little bit on some sort of conspiracy theorist, fear-mongery, too-worried side sometimes, but the demons, the demon world, they copy God's works. They copy God. They copy his people. They copy Jesus. It's because they're not blessed with like life juice. And if you've been alive long enough now, you know what fucking life juice is. It's like that mojo that allows you to be creative with yourself. Creative with your mind, creative with your expression, creative with your expression broken down into voice and body movement. And that it can be something new being generated in the moment. New exists, folks. New exists. It's just very hard to find. You have to find a real person before you're going to be experiencing like new things and hearing some new concepts you never heard before. Because they're using their mind to form stuff that's not on the internet. And don't need to be on the internet, because if it did, it would help pedophiles get laid. Type shit. So. That's basically the main problem with me doing stuff like this. Recording myself for them to probably just kill me off take my 10 view per video channel and, well, just take my presence on it. And of course, being me doesn't draw in the ladies, but really, it draws in their hearts. Their hearts want me, their spirit wants me, but the flesh resists. That's why you'll never really have a woman's heart, motherfuckers. Because you'll never really be able to truly be of spirits. Poof, capiche. Now leave me alone. The fucking pedophiles ruining my fucking life for the last 2.5 fucking years. Leave me alone. Should have enough reason to realize now it's your fault that you're ruining my life. It's your fault that you're ruining my life. And you're gonna go to hell big time for it. If you don't stop. You still have an opportunity. I'm presenting that right now. You, me, and God, Jesus, we're all listening right now. You have the opportunity to stop fucking up my life. But will you? Bro, I think it's this AI camera or something, man. It's just tripping me out. Seeing like my fucking... Pretty sure there's just a camera. But you never know. I finally became an anime character. I'm my own anime character. The motherfuckers think that I don't deserve something, that I do deserve something. Oh, we'll see what the fucking stuff, the storyline brings. The storyline written by God. He splits the sea so you see that the path opens. But if you lack that focus, he'll close it. He'll close it back. You don't even remember. No, it must have been some other lucky coincidence that allowed you to be spared when it was God who opened the path for you. No, it's fucking up, man. At least it helps me feel better about being the relative failure I see myself as. In my own perspective, I know I could have done better. I know I could have been stronger. I know that when my life was ruined for the first 20 years, that in the end it was my fault, but I just didn't even know that I could do something differently. And choose a strong route and make it a heaven inside hell. At least. I was too concerned with the big picture. And I guess that's why that at the bottom of the micro, you meet the top of the macro. That's why when you die, if you're in a good mood, you'll respawn through the brain patterns of the... God, that's so deep. You'll zoom all the way out, past the galaxy, past the universe. Some rivers will start to form, and then those rivers will form a brain, and then you'll keep zooming out, and you'll zoom out through the eye, and then you'll just respawn. As long as you were in a good mood when you die, and don't be worried, Trust, have faith when you die. Trust, have faith when you die. does have to channel some of its power into more of its wishing power. And it's crazy, you know. So many people just like form some opinion about something, say like someone like me likes, like Dragon Ball Z. I love Dragon Ball Z, and there's so many people out there have, you know, this online internet spread opinion that, oh, old anyone over childhood who still watches Dragon Ball Z is a total embarrassment to mankind. Like, who is that posting that? Mr. Satan? Is that Mr. Satan posting those posts? Because it definitely fucking is. Anyway. Yeah, the show about the guy, Goku, that stands up against evil forces in the universe. What a childish show. The fuck is that even childish? It's just a good way to raise your kids into the adult-like way of self of being like Goku. Training. Training himself to stand up against oppression. And what the fuck else are we gonna do on such an oppressed, compromised fucking planet than train ourselves up to stand up against oppression, or even just to have the will to speak out against oppression? You know, you might get your ass whooped, but at least you stood up for that motherfucker. His heart was being broken and torn to shreds you can't comprehend. That's what they call trauma. He turned his trauma into a golden moment in his life. That's it. That's beautiful enough that if you died right there, you'd be going to heaven. And you might even take that for granted. You might be like, oh, that's a given. It's not. It's so powerful what just happened there, you know? You knew you couldn't even stand up, and yet you did anyways. And turn that motherfucker's life around. All of them. And they'd be like, dude, what are we doing? We're just beating on helpless people. The bad guys, they'd be like that, but the good person you stood up for. It's a whole fucking beautiful. You turned what could have led them down an alleyway of darkness for the rest of their lives, and potentially turn into a bad person themselves, into a continued Dende character, a continuation of a Krillin character, instead of him just being broken, being like, it's all hopeless. And replacing, you know, fear with fucking misfortune and shit. It's not about winning. I guess that's what, you know, Jesus really did, you know, like, exist. He is the Messiah. You just have to realize it's not about winning. It's about being good fucking people. Being good, strong fucking people. Truth-filled, no less. Started off the stream not having any idea what to talk. I felt, you know, it was probably just like a 2-minute stream. Probably one of my best streams ever, honestly. I just hope, you know, like, all the misunderstanding that always happened in my fucking life, like, my family, people, just, like a funny, hilarious example of basically all of it. It's almost like perverted or something. This doesn't that part doesn't reflect my life, but just the level of misunderstanding. It was a scene from Dragon Ball Z I was watching today. Um, Gohan, he just like saves this girl who like fell off a cliff or something, and and he's like he puts her on like this hillside thing, and he's like, "You all right?" And she like looks at his hands, and his hands are like still on her. But he was just like worried about her, like just trying to talk to her, being like, "You all right?" And she's like, "Ah, get away from me." He's like, "What? Like, you mad at you?" Like, he said for saving you, but he meant to say like he should have said, "Are you mad at me for saving you?" But she took him saying for saving you as him being like, "Oh, that's why I get to touch you." But it's not like that at all. And it was like he didn't even, like how could he even bring that up without digging a fucking hole, because it's not, like he wasn't actually fucking touching her, but he was apparently like his hands still at her sides or something. But it's just all even painting things bad right now, because I mean I've never touched a girl like that ever. But it's just a misunderstanding that I'm trying to paint, which is just also painting another level of misunderstanding. But uh, yeah, you know, like I hope that my family, after I die or some shit, I guess would be what it takes for them to watch all the shit. I just, I wish it all could have been different. I wish they were there with me, opposed to like looking at me and being like, "What is this?" Just like, bro, I'm your fucking family. Can we be family for once? Misunderstanding that I'm not fucking evil, you stupid family. I'm the thing that you can't be, apparently. I am the thing that's like dad, also what he could have been, but he fell to his family. Working that thing 20 years, dying the whole time, engineer and all the rest. But like, what what is between us? Like, and just, if they're ever gonna watch this, I know what you're seeing right now. Conceited Mike, conceited arrogant Mike, always thinking he's better than us. Why do you all hate me? It's because I'm a little bit different. Can you explain what that difference means? Does that mean I'm evil? Am I different because I'm evil? Does that mean everyone who isn't like our family doesn't express things the same way and doesn't stand for the truth or get as passionate about the oppression on planet Earth as y'all? Does that mean that they're evil because they get more? That you're not evil because you're able to be passive aggressive about fucking problems that spawn in your own fucking mind about miniature blah blah blah. I can't even like. It's like all my Facebook posts are just negative impact of y'all. Huh? Oh, but no, finally, there's some good posts, like good vibes. Good vibes, yeah. It's only when it's good vibes is when I like it. What the fuck is that? I mean, apparently people don't understand what being passionate about the oppression on planet Earth is about. It's about getting emotional. There are emotions involved when you take into perception of your perception, uh, perceiving the oppression. You should be reacting about it a little bit. Not like to become a reactionary, but that something strikes a chord inside such that the emotions that someone else might express at a later point about it should be just as acceptable as you and your fits about it? And what is the hypocrisy for? And I was trying to like relate with you guys, but it just always turns back into what it is, which is y'all misperceiving me and judging me and hating me for doing what I know I'm supposed to be doing. And I don't want your tears. I don't want fucking anything. I never have. Besides, like a family that actually relates to me and doesn't make it a problem every single time I say fucking anything. The time I say anything, you shouldn't be thinking about life like that. That's you projecting onto me what you think I'm saying. It's not what I'm saying. Please, God. Translate for them, God. Please. But it doesn't happen. It never happened. I don't even know how I still believe in God after y'all fucked my life up so much. Oh yeah, it's because God is so immaculate that even if my life was totally fucked up, I could still perceive a glimmer of His design. It's like the only times y'all can like me either too is when I start bringing God into things and start basically saying things that Dad also said in his songs. His songs are sort of like everything I say. Now, nowadays, I don't know why. It's because I don't really talk unless there's something boiling to get out. And when it's boiling, that's when it's been refined enough to be a thought worth fucking speaking. And it's nice, God's blessing me right now to be able to keep talking. Everything I've been saying it's not just a boiling of a single thing. It's like a river. And I'm pointing you guys. I'm pointing you. I'm pointing you to the relation. I'm hand carving you guys relation to me, your brother, your son. As much as helping you hopefully see the truth too. Like it's all right there. And it really is your guys' lack of psychedelic integration, natural psychedelic integration, that disallows us our most beautiful type of relationship, which is one expanded into the universe, one's mind expanded into the universe, in relation to another's whose mind's been expanded into the universe, higher dimensions. When you expand into the universe, you're foundationally one dimension higher. It's man. Like, we just gotta take some psychedelics together, fam. If that never happens, you're watching this because finally I died. Someone killed me, rather. Uh, man. It was a crucifixion my whole life. Yeah. So what's really between us, men and women of God? Huh? Hand pick and say it's all delusion. It's all delusion that's between us. You think I'm bad because you think this and blah 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 that about what I say. Well, what do other people think? They think I'm right on point. Oh, does that mean those people who think I'm on point are stupid? It definitely does. See, never really able to figure out lyrics to the song. What are you fucking talking about? See, until you betrayed me like that, which was actually not as bad as the first time you betrayed me, brother. It was quite detrimental. I mean, I quit the church then. I remember my breakdown, right, with my emotional reaction. It just was, so this is why I'm wrong? This is why you guys get to treat everything I say like I'm wrong? And no one responded about that? Yeah. Anyway. We've all had moments where you didn't know the lyrics of the song that say I presented to you right off the bat. Y'all were doing it in that church, being like, "Oh, look, he doesn't know how to figure out the lyrics, even if he tries a couple times over. Oh, what a stupid man." The lyrics we all already know by heart now. Oh, I guess there's something wrong with experiencing a song as opposed to trying to remember the words, which is how I have to organize my brain. I'm trying to remember the words. I have to be like, all right, remember the words, Brian. Let's learn these words, and then and then I start remembering and picking up on the words. Otherwise, I'm just writing the song, which I've been had to force myself to do, given all these fucking lyrics are fucking stupid as fuck. If you guys were able to figure out something simple like that, we wouldn't be in this mess, would we? What's wrong with not listening to the lyrics of pop songs when they come along? Oh well, you never fit in with us. You never really know what we're going through until you know the songs, the lyrics of the songs we listen to. I guess you guys are only the songs you listen to. It's the only time you're ever able to figure out life is when the song is teaching you about it. All different ways of life. Absolutely no reason to judge one or the other for just what it is. Try to change me. Ooh, change me. Change me, yes. And turn me into a fucking gray fucking robot who's more willing to go along with your bullshit. And bullshit always was the explanation as to why go into this society like everyone else. And they're just doing the same thing that my brothers are doing, which is what the Bible speaks against. Don't just do what they're doing. It seems to be simple enough, man of God or Christian type knowledge. If we came from another place, there's a different way of things. This world does not, this society does not reflect heaven's society. This society is like the most embarrassing fucking thing ever. It's like the first. It's the prototype. It's the very first design of a collective thing. It's just exactly what it is. It's just like there to be. It's just houses, and then the buildings we also built of slave position. This is clay formation, folks. We are still at clay. We're still basically in the fucking Stone Age with this society. The people want to tell me, especially my family, at least my mother and my dad conflictedly, uh, no, yeah, be a part of the system. Be like me, my dad, who dying of illnesses the last whole 20 years of his fucking pitiful fucking life. I don't mean pitiful as in an embarrassment necessarily. I mean pitiful as in very tragic, very fucking tragic. I don't want my dad driving 2 hours every single day for work, stuck in traffic all the time, getting angry, then come home putting on a smile even though he fucking hates his life. And that's what y'all couldn't see through. That's why y'all can't relate to dad. The truth of the pain should be the message. The truth of dad's pain, family, should be the message. Fuck the system and fuck even what, like how dad approached it. Like, let's not do it that way, for starters. Being a worker, being a slave, working, earning enough money, middle class house, blah, blah, blah. Semi-privileged lifestyle. It was great. Around all these assholes. Raised up around so many assholes. And we barely ever got to see that. Eventually, like, we sort of grew apart. All of us. We grew apart. We fell apart. Family fell apart. And y'all were thinking it was me who needed to reconnect myself, but it was y'all who needed to reconnect yourselves to me. Because it was how distant I felt from y'all that kept me distant. Y'all needed to speak some words that helped me come feel closer to y'all. I felt like I was on the other side of the multi-universe from y'all. I felt like a totally different type of person. The only thing that kept me from believing I was in some family that I was actually birthed into instead of switched as a baby was the fact that I looked like dad. I definitely was dad's son. Can't say that about. Anyways, never mind. That was gonna be mean right there. I'm a bit emotional. I guess, put it like this. I guess, Brian, do you really not think that I look more like dad than you? I obviously look more like dad than you. But anyway. But I really can have been noticing you are pretty right. We are quite different people. I remember back in the day thinking we were quite similar. It is just because of passions and interests. Me and you, we were quite different people. You're like a joker clown. I'm more of a serious, like, I guess, fool. A fool for being serious. You're just like a clown. Suck it. I got the microphone. It's true. Shut up, Brian. uh, Things I've been wanting to slap you in the face with verbally for my whole life. I'll pay back for that fucking. Oh, you pay me $1 to wear 10 layers of socks and break my nose with your foot for like 5 minutes. I'm getting you back, motherfucker. For that fucking sock shit, nigga. It's the little things that came back to haunt you, asshole. He's not so bad. My brother ain't so bad. In fact, you might find you hate him too if you ever meet him. He's so exclusive. It's funny. Anyways. You say anything against him, he'd be like, "Oh, you're obviously wrong." Like, what? I can't notice the single thing I noticed about you, and finally decided to bring up at least just one thing. You can't like admit to that. You can't recognize that. Oh, there's nothing wrong with me. There's never anything wrong with me. You're the joke. All right. He thinks he knows the social fucking thing, and he's literally like a level 7 wannabe paladin. He's fucking level 7, dude. I'm sorry, Brian. I wish that when I wasn't on I am on a natural psychedelic. Nootropic shot. I don't know. It's just kind of, when I have to bring up all the stuff that y'all did to me, it slanders me throughout the whole thing. I don't know if you realize, but I was quite embarrassed to have to say any of those things. This is the only real way I feel like I can communicate something across to y'all. And I knew I was going to be dying soon or something, and I put it all into a message like this, that, at least I said it, and at least y'all heard it. But, obviously I fucking care about you. I don't see how you can have anything good while you be the person to me that you've been in the past, while I have nothing. And it's just such a fucking, that speaks to your character. You're me. I'm obviously a loser, and I don't deserve anyone. That's why. No, not that you don't deserve anyone, but that you're not presence-filled enough, not loving enough to be someone who could have found someone like that. You just have no fucking idea what you're talking about. Oh God, I'm gonna have to fucking explain it, dude. I've been such a person, man. I know I literally stole the hearts of millions of fucking women throughout this country. And I didn't even, I would just I would have preferred that it ended up in the physical flesh relationship form. And we were actually able to, like, hug each other and stuff. And come back to each other as, like, refuge to feel good about, like something in our lives that we've accumulated onto our adventures. But God didn't, have that plan for me. And that's what it came down to. Like, the thing that you see as a blessing, you don't realize it's a curse. You don't realize what Dad and in the end, I guess Mom was like Chi to Goku. But the crazy part is that Chi went ill. Anyways. The main thing, I mean, the whole show, what she always did, which was clearly a flaw, was saying that Goku should be studying instead of training himself to become, a warrior. And it's not that that's necessarily Mom's forte. It's not necessarily what she's doing, but she has that assimilative push. She's trying to, like, assimilate us. She's too worried about the ways of the world. That's why her opinion failed our relationships in public. Not so much. I mean, it's like, other parents are way worse than that. Like, they sacrifice the relationship of the child with their child to they sacrifice their relationship with their child for, like, random strangers' opinions throughout the street. And our parents didn't really do that, and Dad definitely did not do that. I don't know, Mom. You just have spiritual ties from your lack of psychedelic integration, natural psychedelics. You have these bonds that you haven't broken yet. You have these chains of different things. Uh, the universe was there to help you with throughout your life, but you rejected it out of fear. You rejected cannabis out of fear. You made fun of people who smoked cannabis your whole life out of fear. It's basically like racism is what you were doing your whole life. Oh gosh. I dug such a hole right now. I'm gonna roll this spliff and see if I have anything to sort of bow tie it with. It all comes down to the fact that, like me and Brian, me and you have already sort of said with each other, we have to stay at the spirit and accept each other for who we are. Um, as a sort of thing, but it's like we're supposed to be displaced. It's like brothers are supposed to sort of hate each other so that they stay away from each other, so that they spread their influence and light upon this earth and across more of the planet's surface. I just find, I don't know. I feel like this is worth saying, Brian. Like, I feel that you have a very X personality. You think that, like, no one could be right, that you might have a flaw in your design. And if they ever speak it, they're all completely out. Anyone agrees with them, they're all out. And I don't know if it was backlash and the curse you inflicted me with at like 5, 7 years old, telling me dad told you blah, to win that argument, no less. Um, you should be able to accept that you have flaws. That you should, if someone is cool enough to constructively critique, not your music, not anything like that, but who constructively critique who you are being at that party, at anything, anywhere. You should be able to be like, thank you, because that is love. Not the way I know you to handle that shit. This is why I'm bringing it up. I can see you anywhere as being like, oh, he's got something negative to say about me. Oh, well, he disappears. All right, see you later, dude. Yeah, whatever, man. Oh yeah, we all love you, dude. Yeah, okay. Like that's not love. Especially if he had something legitimate to bring to the table. I guess maybe you just see it as like too much of like not too much, but like as a challenge to your sort. I don't know. It's like the way this might annoy you the way I put it, but like a challenge to your like your status, your height above them, and you're not a king yet, man. You're not a king yet. You may be. You sort of have to take it for granted to decide. The king in his chair still complaining and shit. I don't know. To me, the only way for us to relate is through the truth. Because I'm built by truth, man. That's what I am, dude. That's what I live by. That's what makes me giggle. Someone speaking the truth, so now I don't have to. Someone speaking the truth that asshole was being an asshole. And he called him an asshole. It was great. I loved it. Now, the other people that be like, oh, it's such a disturbance. I feel like you're one of them, man. Unless you had found a reason to find that person an asshole too, which I just don't trust you with. You know, if someone's having a problem with you, oh, you have no problem knowing that they're an asshole. But if someone's having a problem with someone else, I feel like it's a lot more convoluted and you don't really know that. But yeah, it's not like you don't know. I'm not saying you're that fucking stupid. I don't know, man. I just find it impossible that you could treat someone like me, uh, the things I do, as like the black sheep, evil type way of the modern world that I just haven't figured it out. But you know, I'm only 3 years behind you, man. That's all. You gotta remember that. I'm only 3 years behind you. Is the best way to put that, because you have 3 years more experience than me. Now, I have just about 2 years more natural psychedelic experience than you. In fact, like, ever since, I've always been different. I've always been thinking on a higher level. So it's been ever since I started mushrooms, which was 4 years ago. Maybe even 5 now. And if you've truly had a proper experience with them by yourself and all, you know how beneficial they can be. You know how you're literally like not really thinking, controlling your thoughts, guiding your thoughts, gaining momentum, building greater conclusions if you haven't really even delved into them at all. So that the self before it was just like a lost fucking self. You didn't know which way was up, you didn't know which way was down, you didn't know what was a waste of time and what wasn't. You could convince yourself that you're not wasting your time, but it was just delusion. Because you weren't really thinking. You weren't really feeling. This is more about what the mind has to do with it, man. It's about the mind as much as the heart. It's about the mind as much as the heart. You have the heart. You really have the heart. But you don't have the mind. I'm not saying you're stupid. I'm not saying you're mindless. I'm not even saying you're brainless fucking Sasquatch. I'm not saying you're mush carrots. I'm not saying you something squash, whatever that was. What am I? Beat squash. I'm just saying. I don't know. The last talk we had a good talk. And you seem like someone, you know, I could honestly look up to, but every single other interaction we've ever had my whole life, it was all folly for me to think you were someone to look up to, or I was not looking up to you. In fact, I just had a huge fucking problem with who you are. As like I said in the past, you're just a lion. And you didn't know how that was an insult. You couldn't understand how that was an insult. You're just a lion. But now you seem like a little bit more like you found your way out, and you found the way, and I respect that. But I wonder what it really looks like in person. I really wonder what it's like in person. I'm sorry. The whole universe. I could have relayed more important information to relevant things and help people more, but sort of just what I felt I needed to do. And well, people just need to realize to speak the truth. No one's gonna listen to this. I don't know. To the fam, I'm sorry. If no one's gonna say it to y'all, someone has to. So the only person who can, because I know who you've all been your whole lives, even though you don't think I have that capability, credit, right. You don't think I have that right to know who y'all have been your whole lives, because you really don't want me to say what you've all actually been doing, which is being a bunch of Satan pawn fucking nightmares with me. Mom poisoning the fucking relative family away from me. Trying to, anyways, with your own bias about what you thought I said or what you thought was going on, but you're just a fucking crazy person. You're not a crazy person, but that was some horseshit. Every single story you told the family was you being a Satan pawn witch. You know, and I know it was all the negative stories. That was all you had to relay to the family. Oh yeah, he's great, but yeah, he's a big fucking problem. Can't take it anymore. Yeah, thanks for raising me properly. Anyways, pretty sure if you weren't my mother, I wouldn't be stupid at all. I'm sorry, but my flesh only has hate for my family. Spirit, I still love you guys, but you fucking retarded. I get to say that. I get to say that, and they know it. They know I get to say that they retarded. All right, all right, peace. Love's still there. It's still there. You just don't realize. I can be like this. I can be like this, family. I can say these things and still love y'all. Look at that. That's beautiful. That was good. I hope you guys heard that crazy person screaming.